Hey everybody, so today we're gonna go over how to make a chuck roast. And for Christmas this year, I got a Dutch oven, so this is really nice because sometimes when I'm putting a roast in a crock pot, it can always be a lot more watery, and I wanted something that was a little bit drier. So I'm gonna show you how to make a chuck roast that's really easy and it's really healthy. So first I've got my piece of meat here. This is a really nice big cut of chuck roast, and then I'm going to bring out my spices. So I've got onion powder here, and if you can see how much I'm putting on, I'm really lathering this roast here. It's completely white on top. I've got garlic powder. Go heavy on these guys, especially when you've got a big roast. Normally I do this in the cast iron, but just trying to show you how white I'm actually getting this. So if you can actually see, that's super white on top. So now that you can see how I'm doing that, I'm gonna start putting it in here so I don't make so much of a mess. I do like to add a little bit of chicken broth in the bottom of my pan. This way nothing burns, just keeps everything moist. And this is just a nice chicken bone broth. Okay. So I've got onion. I'm going to put more garlic powder on. I'm going to put salt. And remember, a lot of this is going to fall into that water, so you can definitely put a lot, and pepper. So I like to use spices from scratch because then I'm not getting a lot of fillers. I know exactly with these spices, there's no sugar in them, and there's not excess chemicals. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this chuck roast and I'm going to put it the seasoned side down in the pan. And I'm going to do the same thing to the top. I do really like cooking in cast iron because it's a really healthy pan to use. You're getting a lot of iron, or I mean not a lot, but you're definitely getting iron from the pan into your cooking. And most of us women are running a little anemic, so we could always use that help. Again, I'm really pouring on the spices here, onion and garlic. Really gonna get a good flavor. Pepper. This is a really quick meal. It's really healthy because it's really just meat and vegetables. And salt. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on here as well. I do like the way just a little bit of olive oil cooks. Okay. Just a tad bit. So I'm setting my oven at 250 degrees, and so you can go ahead and prep your oven that way. So I don't typically put an onion in here, but you can. Some of the vegetables I do like to put in is celery. So I cut celery up, put that in there. Just a few potatoes. We're not huge potato eaters, so I just literally took 2 and cut them in half. I leave my carrots whole. Nice thing about carrots is I don't peel them, guys. That's a waste of time. Just take your green scrapie that you use, you can keep a separate one specifically for dishes and one for vegetables, but just kind of rub them down. That way you get any of those tiny little flecks of dirt off, but otherwise don't peel your carrots. Just cut the ends off and stick them in your roast. Two, I like to keep the carrots really big because I'm cooking this roast for a long time, and then that way they won't be as mushy. Okay. So that's literally it. I'm going to add just a little bit more juice here, but I'm just going to put the cover on. I'm going to put it in the oven for about 2 to 3 hours. I'll check it at that 2-hour mark. I've got a pretty big piece of meat in there. It does have a cover. You do want to make sure to cover it. If you have a Dutch oven, that'll just keep all the moisture inside. But anyway, that's a really simple meal for you to make. You can sometimes, like, what I like to do is I like to take the juice out, or all the meat and the all of the meat and the vegetables out once it's done, and the juice that's in there, I'll make a gravy out of it. And then you can do it with a side of rice or a side of broccoli or whatever your side is. So really simple, easy, healthy meal. Hope you guys enjoy, and have a great Sunday.